So, hello and welcome. This is Erica Glessing, and you are joining me on the Erica Glessing Show, where you receive 8 minutes of daily inspiration for entrepreneurs and lightworkers. And my next guest is a phenomenal actor. He's a big star in my life. Charles D. Clark, award-winning professional actor. He's on the show Empire, which I've been watching like dead solid perfectly. I love that show. He's part of the Shine Goons and Enforcers. He's also playing a killer right now on a horror movie, which I'm so excited to hear about that. So welcome, Charles. How are you?
Great, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. I'm trying not to be nervous, like every once in a while, I get too excited. Like I have to tell you, I have this music in my car, one artist, only CD I had in my car, and I had all her albums. I fly up to Seattle. I walk into this like realtor networking event for one of my friends that invited me up there, and I'm face to face with India Ari. And
Oh
I'm going,
wow.
yeah, and I'm like, and I go, I walk in the door, and I swear to gosh, like I only have one person CDs in my car, right? And it's the
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like Empire is my favorite show. Well, I have one other show I really like also. So I don't know. I go back and forth between Empire and a different show I also like. And so I'm so pleased you could come. Tell me a little bit about that moment when you got on the show. And I think you have a story where you drove a lot of hours to get there.
Yeah. My career was in the psychology field as a behavior specialist and a suicide counselor. Also, I did mentoring on the side for the youth in inner cities and other various communities. And I always knew acting was something I wanted to do. That goes back to a testimony, which we'll get into later. But yeah, I heard about Empire with some of my colleagues, and then I seen the promotion for it. I was like, oh my God, you got Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson. That's going to be that's going to be successful. I mean, we already know their on-screen chemistry from Hustle and Flow and so forth. And these two always bring, a dynamic talent. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go for a role. And I didn't have much experience as an actor. I did a couple of web series or whatever, but of course, you got to start somewhere. And I said a background scene for a drug dealer uh, in Lucian's old neighborhood. And I was like, I said, you know what? There's one thing that I can probably relate to because of my testimony. And I went for it. I emailed the casting company, and I even included my testimony, my before and after picture, and a
Oh,
little
did you
story that was
really?
written about me.
You
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
included that
said,
you had been through drug, you have been in prison, you included the history that you had actually experienced.
I didn't leave nothing out. I'm a renegade. I don't leave nothing out. I told the casting, I said, listen, I said about 7 years ago, going on 8 years ago, I got out of prison. I did nearly 8 years in prison. I was a big time drug dealer. I was a high ranking gang member. And I was a street enforcer. So this background role, even though it's a background, I can bring, make it authentic because I can relate to that. I actually lived that. I rehearsed a long time ago in the reality of this type of role. And I really want to do it for real because that was my first acting thing to be something that I used to be. But however, um, God had me covered. So I went up there and for that, they never really showed my scene. I drove 13 and a half hours. That's how far Virginia is from Chicago, from where I stay in Virginia. And um, I played three neighborhood types, background extra. Never got seen on TV. They cut it. And then my last the three times after that as an
Right.
extra, I played Empire employee. But
All right.
you never still, you might have something like one little smidget, but you had to pause, click. So I don't even count that. Um, the rest of it you didn't see. So basically, I went up there 6 times, 13 and a half hours to get no screen time. I don't really worry about no lines because I know, you got to work your way up, especially on a show like Empire.
Wow.
Um, the seventh time, we know seven is a significant number in the Bible. Um, I went up there, they overcast it. They called me by mistake, but in another view, it wasn't a mistake. Right place at the right time, and that's when they were shooting the scene. I believe it was episode 5 of season 3. Um, when they were celebrating the death anniversary of Nessa's brother Stone, which was Exhibit Shine's, friend. Um, and the goons had come on the stage while he gave his speech, and then they in the crowd with him, yeah. So I was like, okay. So when I got up there, I seen Exhibit, he spoke, he's very down to earth, very great guy. And then the directors, I seen Nessa and all of them, and the director looked at me. I guess him having a discussion. One of the goons that was on their squad, they told him to step down, and they said, "We want you to go up there."
Wow.
And I was like, and then mind you, they really didn't need me because they were casting me, but they knew I drove a long way. So originally I was gonna be in the crowd of the stage. They said, "Go up there real quick." They said, "You have the look, you have the stature, you have the built." And then I told my testimony, and then just boom, that was it. They said,
That was
they did a
perfect.
camera test. I
Yeah.
was in that scene. I was in that scene. Couple of shots. I'm in the background of the goons. I can't be in the forefront because again, you got to earn your way up. So the original goon was like 4 more in the front. I was like in the back of them, but you could still see me though. That still gave me a little bit of good camera time. When I came back the eighth time, which was the first time, I moved the second time as a after playing the goon, um, the wardrobe people called me in the back and it says, "Hey, what's up, Charles?" I said, "Nothing much." It says, "You on the core list." I said, "Core list." I'm still
Core
learning about the
list.
acting, the lingo. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
the
like that
core
sounds
list.
good. I don't know what it is, but man, I want that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm just like, "What's that?" She said, in other words, you got a return role as one of Shine's main goons slash enforcers. I said, "Are you kidding me?" They said, "We just sent somebody, we got your measurements, so we sent somebody to bring you, they brought me a brand new leather jacket, a brand new shirt, pants, I mean, whole outfit for my debut." And that was, there was a scene where Neil Long was in, Juliana, and we came in the strip club for that meeting. And then then it went on from there, I mean, it just kept growing and growing. I mean, so, just here recently, I won't say from this week episode, but episode 3. Cause I was in the premiere, a little small featured, but episode 3 when we came walking into his office, um, and they showed us on the View, previously before that, it really gave a lot of enlightenment on, like, okay, this guy is really, he's blowing up. And I really don't see it. People tell me these things. I'm a humble person. I'm not arrogant. I'm a very I have a sense of balance because I like to see everybody win. So it's not about me. I always give God the glory. But this leading to this week episode, uh, that chemistry on the camera. I'm in the room with all the stars. Terrence Howard, Taraji, Gabby, Demi Moore, and of course Shine. And I was right there with Shine in a very pivotal moment. And when he gave me that dap wasn't like a, "Hey, what's up?" It was like,
Right. It
"Hey,
was bigger.
this my guy. Hey, wait, we playing this music. We about to change your empire with this banging music." It's like, you know, we all see it on TV is one thing, but when I'm there, that moment when I was there, I knew my life was going to change another level. I mean, listen to Terrence talk about the science and the nature and film. I'm memorized by his knowledge. I mean, he's like awesome. To hear Exhibit, talking for me and giving me the game about acting, how get in character, and his testimony. God rest his soul. His father passed away. His father died the same day my father died, and
Hold hold on
and
one sec.
then and
Hold on one
mm,
sec. Hold on one sec. I gotta pause. Hold on. So tell me a little bit more
so
about that moment when it was tell me a little bit more about that moment when you're in the room with all the stars and what was that like?
you got to think about it. I've been on this set since last season, which was last year. So, I already been, accustomed to that, to the type of stardom. Just the fact was is that it was another level in my career. to be in. Because usually when I'm around them, I'm around like Taraji in one scene. Um, I was in Lucius in one scene. Gabby, you know what I mean? But this is the first time ever where everybody was in the room at the same time.
Well, you know,
So I think it
I wanna
brings,
pause you
yeah,
because I want to I want to point the attention of the entrepreneurs who are listening to this kind of graduation of leveling where you're not giving up. Like you're showing up, you're extra. You're showing up, now you move a little closer. You know, you're showing up, now you're being asked to speak for 10 minutes about your thing, or right now all of a sudden you find yourself, you're on a stage and you're in front of all these people, but like nobody knows behind the scenes all these steps that it took. And I just kind of wanted to just kind of bring that up to people, like don't give up, right? Like just stick with it. And since the show is kind of fast, I actually want to switch channels a little bit and have you share with us your inspirational speaking. Tell us a little bit more about that.
yeah. So a lot of people call themselves motivational speakers or inspirational speakers. I call myself a transformational speaker because you can motivate somebody, but it can only be temporary. When I actually speak to people and talk to them and give them step by step about achieving their purpose, taking control of their dreams, conquering their destiny, I'm actually transforming their life for a lifetime. Um, so when I got out of prison, I used to volunteer speaking like churches, reentry programs, community events, and then I started getting awards. And then my first major award was from AT&T. And that's when I took it even more serious, and I started getting booked to speak, all over. So the thing about I want to let the people know who's listening, um, you know, life is not as hard as you think it is. Life is actually easy. It's just discovering the concept or why you're living. There's two things I tell people. Are
Mm,
you living or are you existing? A lot of us
right,
existing, but we're not living.
right,
And that's why life seems so hard because life is made to live,
mm,
not to just exist. I
right,
mean, what purpose does a flower have? What purpose does a tree have? Is it just existing? There's a reason. A flower is made to be picked to show somebody that you love them or that you care about them or that it's a gesture of love or sensibility to someone's favor. A
right,
tree. A tree bears fruit. Also, a tree does what? Keeps the air clean. A tree also does what? Keeps shade in when what? When the sun is hot. So the existence, if nature know that it's more than existing, that it's actually living for a purpose, how can we not discover that?
I
And that's
love
why I
it.
show people.
I love it. You know, I feel like I could talk to you like for 17 weeks, but we're going to head out of our time. So why don't you share with people how they could find you and reach you and maybe book you to speak if that is something that would be good.
Yes, so my Twitter, I'm C Clark Inspired, number seven, which is CCLARKINSPIRE 7. Instagram is C Clark Inspired. No numbers added to it. Facebook, just put in Charles D. Clark Empire, just put in Charles D. Clark period. It'll pop up. And if you want to, inquire about me, booking me to speak or being, a guest at any of your events, just go to C Clark Inspire 2016 at gmail.com.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming.
Anytime. God bless.
And everybody watch Empire tonight. Yeah.
That's right.